Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's session with a focus on making bold, creative decisions. Today's title is Let's Make Bold, Creative Decisions. And remember, your voice matters. We'll be diving into design and purchasing decisions throughout this presentation. So let's get started and explore how your input can shape our choices and drive innovation. Let's take a closer look at what really makes a design great. Often, the best designs come from those who use them daily, actual users. When you're involved in the design process, you understand what works and what doesn't firsthand. Now, if we think about common issues, uncomfortable chairs and bulky tables immediately come to mind. These may seem like small details, but they significantly impact comfort and productivity. If a workspace isn't ergonomic, it can lead to discomfort and decreased efficiency over time. And then there's the placement of whiteboards. Sometimes, they're positioned where no one can actually see them clearly. This might seem like a minor oversight, but it greatly affects how effectively teams can collaborate and share ideas during meetings. All of these issues point to a bigger problem. Decisions are often made without enough input from the actual users. When we skip that step, we risk designing spaces or tools that don't truly meet people's needs. That's what I want to emphasize. Making decisions without user input can lead to solutions that miss the mark. So the core message here is that involving users in the design process is essential. It helps us create environments and products that are truly functional and comfortable, aligning with the overall goal of better, more effective design. All right, let's talk about how we can influence and engage our students effectively. The slide starts with argue. And yes, I know that sounds a bit strong, but what I mean is don't be afraid to challenge ideas. Encourage students to think critically, to question, and to debate. This fosters deeper understanding. Next up is nudge. Subtle prompts or gentle encouragement can steer students in the right direction without overwhelming them. It's about guiding rather than dictating. Then we have cajole. Sometimes a little persuasion, a friendly nudge, can motivate students to participate or try something new. It's about building rapport and trust. Moving on to request. Always respectful, always polite. Asking for input or effort shows you value their opinions and efforts. And finally, the most important message here. Teachers, your opinion is legitimate. Your voice matters. Your insights, your feedback, your perspective are crucial in shaping a positive learning environment. Remember, influencing isn't about authority alone. It's about connection, respect, and understanding. When we combine these approaches, arguing thoughtfully, nudging kindly, cajoling genuinely, and requesting respectfully, we create a space where students feel valued and motivated. That's how we make a real impact. When we involve students in the space, it instantly becomes more respected. They take ownership and feel a sense of responsibility for their environment. They look at the boards every day, which means their attention is constantly drawn to the space and what's happening within it. This daily engagement helps reinforce the importance of maintaining a respectful and well-organized environment. Additionally, students are sensitive to the conditions around them. They feel the heat or cold of the rooms, which directly impacts their comfort and focus. When their environment is comfortable and well-maintained, it encourages a positive attitude and a greater sense of respect for the space. And it's crucial to remember, students are the ultimate consumers of this environment. Everything we do, every improvement, every change, is ultimately for their benefit. When they feel involved and respected, they're more likely to take care of the space and contribute positively to the overall atmosphere. Let's talk about how you can really get involved and make the most of this experience. First, joining creative discussions is a fantastic way to share ideas, get inspired, and contribute your unique perspective. It's all about collaboration and learning from others. Next, taking inspection tour allows you to see things firsthand, understand processes in action, and really get a feel for how everything works. It's an interactive way to deepen your understanding and ask questions on the spot. Exploring catalogs is also key. They're full of valuable resources, examples, and inspiration you can draw from to spark your creativity and inform your projects. And finally, getting involved is the fun part. It's where you turn all these opportunities into active participation, whether that's sharing your ideas, asking questions, or engaging with the community. Remember, the more you put in, the more you'll gain from this experience. Watch out for left-handers, because they actually need some special chairs to work comfortably. It's a small detail, but it can make a big difference in their productivity and comfort. Now, here's the catch. These chairs often come with some challenges. For example, they tend to have a tiny working space, which can feel cramped, especially if you're used to having more room to spread out. Plus, there's the issue of the paper shower risk, where papers can easily fall or get knocked over due to limited space or awkward setups. On the bright side, there's an innovative solution called flap chairs. These are designed to be space-saving, making them ideal for environments where room is at a premium. They also allow for quick rearrangements, which is a real game changer in dynamic workspaces. Now this brings us to the big debate: desks versus flap chairs. Traditional desks offer stability and space, but they can be bulky and less adaptable. Flap chairs, on the other hand, prioritize flexibility and efficient use of space, which can be crucial in modern, ever-changing work environments. Throughout this presentation, we're exploring how ergonomic and flexible solutions like these can enhance comfort, efficiency, and adaptability in the workplace. The choice between desks and flap chairs ultimately depends on your specific needs and space constraints. Let's talk about foldable furniture first. It really can save you a lot of space, which is great for small areas or when you need flexibility. However, it's important to be cautious. Watch out for pinched fingers or getting caught in complex levers when unfolding or folding these pieces. A little attention can prevent accidents. Now, foldable furniture often feels more comfortable and sturdy once it's set up properly, making it a popular choice for quick cleanup or temporary setups. You can easily store it away and bring it out when needed. Moving on to stackable chairs. These are fantastic for maximizing storage because they can be neatly stacked to save space. They're especially useful in environments where you need to accommodate different group sizes or want a flexible layout. So, when deciding between foldable or stackable options, ask yourself, what's more important, ease of quick setup, comfort, or maximized storage? Sometimes, a mix of both can give you the best of all worlds. This choice really ties into our overall theme of efficient, flexible space management. Flexible shapes truly lead to flexible teaching. When you can quickly create rows, semicircles, or small groups, it makes the classroom much more adaptable to different activities and student needs. This slide highlights how using endless shapes allows us to tailor the learning environment on the spot. Individual focus is easier to achieve when the layout can shift easily, giving students the space they need while still maintaining an organized setting. Group layouts, on the other hand, foster collaboration and peer learning, which are essential for engagement and understanding. Think of these shapes as the puzzle pieces of learning. Each configuration supports a different type of interaction or focus. And when it comes to shape matters, trapezoid tables are a great example. They help create more dynamic and versatile classroom setups, making it simple to customize the space for any activity. Overall, the key takeaway here is that the flexibility of shapes directly impacts how effectively we can facilitate diverse teaching strategies and student interactions. Imagine a classroom where the furniture isn't just traditional desks, but also sofas, cushions, and stools. This variety really is the spice of productivity. When students have different types of spaces to work in, it can boost engagement and comfort. So, creating designated zones for different learning needs can make a big difference. Instead of sticking to a rigid, one-size-fits-all setup, think beyond the grid, mixing styles and furniture to suit various activities. This approach supports different learning preferences and encourages more dynamic interactions. Overall, embracing mixed styles helps foster a flexible, inviting environment where every student can find their ideal spot to learn and thrive. Let's talk about creating flexible zones with alternative seating. This approach encourages wider rows, which can really boost student engagement. When students have options for where they sit, they tend to be more involved and attentive. Plus, more students get the chance to sit closer to the front, making it easier for everyone to participate and stay focused. Now, another key point is moving the board to the long side wall. This change can significantly impact how the space is used. When we consider board placement, we have two main options: placing it at the end of the room or on the side wall. Each has its pros and cons, but thinking about the overall flow and visibility can help us decide what works best for fostering an engaging learning environment. Overall, these ideas are all about creating a flexible, engaging space that adapts to different teaching styles and student needs. It's about making the classroom more dynamic and accessible for everyone. Will orange walls cheer you up or make you feel a little queasy? It's all about choosing wisely. When you display student work and posters, let them pop on the walls. This helps reduce visual noise and keeps the space engaging. Now, when it comes to colors, muted shades are great for energizing and cheering up lessons. You can use these on chairs and accents to keep everyone's spirits high. Bright colors, on the other hand, are more intense and should be used thoughtfully. Understanding the difference between bright and muted shades is a key part of color psychology. Bright colors can stimulate excitement and focus, but they can also be overwhelming if overused. Muted shades are softer and tend to create a calming, inviting environment. The overall goal is to use colors strategically to support your teaching and create a positive atmosphere. Remember, the right color choice can influence mood, engagement, and even learning outcomes. Start the conversation in your school today. Think about how we can make spaces more accessible and inviting for everyone. For example, accessible shelves versus secure cupboards. It's about finding the right balance between easy access and safety. Open wall space compared to structured notice boards. Consider how each can help communicate effectively while keeping the area organized. When it comes to final touches, walls and storage are key. They should support both functionality and aesthetics, creating an environment that's welcoming and practical. Remember, the goal is to design spaces that encourage interaction, learning, and safety all at once. So, as you plan, keep these considerations in mind to make your school environment the best it can be.